What's up, guys? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have fun playing some reconfigured Nahiri. So Nahiri came out, Zendikar Rising, so the oldest set currently in Standard right now. And it's a sweet card that was built all around warriors and equipment. And we got a bunch of more equipment from Kamigawa. And so I'm excited to see how we can actually play this deck out with Nahiri. And as I was building this deck, I realized there's just so many good pieces to this deck. It's a matter of trying to find the right number of everything. And so as I typically do in my videos, I always, play out through, 4 to 5 games if I can, about 30 to 40 minutes worth of gameplay. And then at the very end, I go through and like dissect the deck and give a little bit more of my deck review afterwards. I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on my deck review after this one because there's just so many pieces to be playing with this one, but the basic idea is still just really powerful with this deck. We just have a bunch of really good creatures and really good things that are creatures, but also happen to be equipment now as well. One of the biggest issues with equipment in the past was that you'd have to play them out. You'd have to maybe equip them. They made that better with Maul, the Skyclaves type of effects where the Entrance Battlefield immediately attaches to something that became really powerful. But we also just kind of had issues of, okay, you still just have to have the equipment on the battlefield. But now that our creatures are the equipment as well, we don't have to have the issue of drawing all of our equipment or drawing all of our creatures and never finding the actual combo between them. Now we can have 28 creatures, but those are all also equipment. We still have 14 equipment in the deck as well, which counts for all of the, our Lizard Blades, which is equipment as well as a creature. Really cool effect. It means that Nahiri's Neck of Two ability, like the top 6 cards of your library, you may reveal a warrior or equipment card from among them. We're not playing as much or as heavily for warriors, but we're still able to just kind of go and dig through for all of our equipment. The occasional warriors, we do have them battlefield. We still have Akiri, which is powerful. We have a Fireblade Charger, which is powerful. We have Usher the Fallen, which is some good 1-drops. Make sure we're hitting something on the 1-drop slot to get stuff down on the battlefield. And then we do also have some shenanigans, some synergy with this as well. We have Cloudsteel Kirin, which is a 3-mana 3/2 with flying. Equipped creature has flying, and you can't lose the game, and your opponents can't win the game. Well, Nahiri's +1 ability is create a 1/1 white core warrior creature token. You may attach an equipment you control to it. These still count as equipment, even though they're creatures, they count as equipment. And so we can use the reconfigure ability or the equipment ability and immediately equip it onto this 1/1 so that we can have, a way to not lose the game immediately. If we're playing up against there are quite a few mill decks out there. So if we're playing up against a mill deck or we're playing up against, just other decks, as long as we can keep this guy alive for a little bit or have multiple on the battlefield that can stay alive, it gives us a shot to at least keep hitting and keep doing some stuff. So that's kind of the game plan. The biggest issue with this, I know, is that whatever creature we're going to put the Cloudsteel Kirin onto ends up not being a very powerful one in general, just how we go for it. But we do also have Risona, which can become an indestructible creature. We do also have Raiyuu to be able to just kind of work with the samurai stuff we're going for as well. We're bringing in Selfless Samurai as well, which is just a good way to give our stuff indestructible, protect that combo a little bit more if we need to. And so we do have a couple indestructible guys. We do have a couple samurais in general that can be hitting in, getting some extra value, or swinging in by themselves, which works for the equipment, strategy in general. And that's kind of the game plan. We have the best cards, Michiko, Reign of Truth. We have Ingenious Smith, which will keep buffing up and getting bigger between these guys with all the artifacts and enchantments we have. We have Lion Sash as well to just kind of be getting bigger. This is the biggest card I'm not sure how much I like or not, but that's why we're going to dive into gameplay, see how it does for us, and we'll discuss it at the end. Make sure you guys stay to the end because this one's going to be, I think, a very powerful deck. It's just a matter of finding the right pieces for it, and so we're going to discuss that at the end. Let's get into it. Up against Cattell, actually no artifacts here, which means Ingenious Smith has a higher chance of hitting something. We're going to keep this. I also do have one treasure vault in the land base, just so that can potentially draw us a land every once in a while. 4 hands like this where we are pretty light on lands. Oh, you know what? We just go aggro, I think. Especially when we don't have the artifact to play. Fireblade Charger, go Usher the Fallen. They didn't have a Shatter Skull, or whatever its bucket name right now. What we're worried about is Meat Hook Massacre. That would be bad. We'll play this first. Go Ingenious Smith. Still haven't found a land. But this can hopefully find us some other cheap things to play. Lizard Blades is pretty good. Lion Slash could be good if we actually had mana, right? Yeah, so we go Lizard Blades. Attack in. Hit for 5. Do they have removal? I'm surprised they didn't have anything yet. Pass the turn. All right, so Perilous, whatever it's called, could be pretty bad for us. All right, so we have Maul the Skyclaves, which is pretty sweet. This becomes a 4/4 to hit in with. We'll put on the Smith, keep it a little bit better protected. Attack in. That's a good blocker. I don't like it. Swing in. I saw someone else playing this deck earlier too. I wonder if this is one that kind of came out recently. A land into Halvar makes us really busted. And we should be able to win if they don't have too many more blockers out in the battlefield. Vanishing Verse. Well, rude. The land also gives us just another Maul. The Skyclaves to hit him with Fireblade Charger, probably. Them having exile stuff is a little bit annoying. We can't just guarantee that we're going to have the damage from this Fireblade Charger. Land also gives us Lizard Blades. All right, we found the land. Only one red source. All right, land is good. That means we can equip them all. They seem like they have some sort of removal, though. Do we think they're going to have Doomscar? Probably not with Welcoming Vampire. Lizard Blades means that Nahiri can kill stuff on the next turn. We can put onto an Usher the Fallen and hit in. Is that better than just going for Maul, though? Maybe just going Maul the Skyclaves is the best play here. I think we just go for this. Attack here. Put it onto Fireblade Charger could have been nice. But we're going to go for the most damage. Down to 5, pass the turn. I don't really want to overcommit to this board state when I feel like they could potentially have board wipes. Them not having removal there was a really big deal, though. Because now they're down to 5. They're swinging in. All right, now it feels like there's a board wipe coming. Down to 18, which means, unfortunately, Lizard Blades being onto something would have left us with at least a double striker that I could have equipped like Maul onto. So there is that. Puts it on to 3. Okay, Fireblade had -2, so we don't deal damage there. Does it give him life? It's -2. They gain life from our stuff dying. Nahiri gives us something that's equipped to the Maul right away. So it's a 3/3 for us. Halvar could be pretty decent. Just having a 4/4 on board that can be flying or whatever is pretty nice. I think this is the time we go with Nahiri though, because I can Halvar on the next turn. So we have a 3/3. Halvar gives it double strike. They already know we have Lizard Blades as well, which we can also put onto it. So close to lethal already. Also, just more card draw gives us options. Man, yeah, we're in trouble. I do want another red source at some point. Lolth. All right. So they have the reach stuff.
You reek with terror.
This also has first strike.
In exchange for loyalty.
Okay, so I can also hit Planeswalkers with this, which is nice. Right? All right, so let's see here. So -3, deal damage twice to creature or planeswalker. I can kill Lolth, get rid of it. Hitting a creature, we don't have a way to actually get through for the lethal, do we? I don't have any kind of trample, so no. So we just kill the Lolth. We play Halvar. They're getting to where they can have another Mihik Massacre, and it'll be rather brutal. So now this has double strike, which is nice. We can at least, they won't be able to double block us. Hmm. Cancel. Dude, just let me cancel. Decline. All right. Attack in. There we go. It has double strike. First strike and double strike, which really matters. So they double block. Oh, that's great. That gives us a chance to hit twice. We do get to take some damage, but they won't be able to kill it because it has double strike now. Because of Halvar. I'm hoping they just don't look at that. Cool. All right. Some sort of board wipe. Very, very bad for us. Lizard Blades would die to the board wipe, so we can't play it out unless we can equip it. So yeah, I hold off on Lizard Blades until I can guarantee equip it. Shambles. Okay. Is it -2 to find something? Auger Mauling. Okay, kills the fella. That's not good. Down to back up to 9. Alright, alright. Alright, what's the best play now? This really needed to be something better. I don't really want to lose Nahiri if I can avoid it. I can play Lizard Blades, get a guy equipped to it right away. Still hit in with this Maul. They get the eye twitch, which is annoying, but we at least get to protect stuff a little bit better. So we play out Lizard Blades. I think we tick up here.
Help me remake this world.
I probably could have swung in first and then had the Maul equipped onto it, but yeah, whatever. I should have put Lizard Blades onto that. Yeah. I messed up there a little bit. I should have equipped onto it and then brought it out, equipped Lizard Blades onto the blocker afterwards. And maybe actually I can still equip Maul onto it if I need to though. We're all good. We're all good. They get to learn. They get to grab stuff that blocks. We get to put this onto you. We get to pass the turn. So they can gain a life with killing our warrior. Pest Summoning gets them to gain a lot of life. So another board wipe. They can just like play out Pest Summoning and then a Mythic Massacre and we're in trouble. I don't think that's enough to kill the warrior, mana-wise, but we're still in trouble. I can at least now go searching for something without losing Nahiri. Until they remove it, you know. That's cool. That's cool, whatever. Alright, so they have another Rite of Oblivion with this Mythic Massacre. I would be totally fine if they kill the warrior. What would be bad though is if they hit our Maul the Skyclaves. That's the play that they should probably go for it. I'm not sure they will. Come on, dude. We have not drawn anything but lands for way too long. Down to 4. Come on. Dude, this deck is not built to be drawing this many lands. Let's check it out. All right, yeah. 36% chance to draw each land each time. Non-lands here. We've drawn way too many lands. We're still in a good place. Rite of Oblivion. Something dies. Our stuff gets exiled. Doesn't die, so they don't gain more life. So we still have lethal by equipping this here. Professor of Symbology. So we still have lethal. We still have lethal. Ooh, and Raiyuu. Sweet stuff. All right, so yeah, equip this here. That's game. 6 damage. All right, whew. That was a tough one. That's a typically very, very hard matchup for us. So that actually worked out quite well. Good stuff. Not too shabby. All right, looks like a pretty sweet hand here. We have, at least some good early game stuff. I'd like to hit more lands, which we're on the draw for that as well. But we have a good creature to start off with. And the nice thing is that these aren't just enchantments. Like the biggest issue with equipment before is like, okay, I have one creature. If it dies and I'm not able to actually get all this stuff out there, then we're just in trouble. But now I'm able to play it out there. And even if it does die before I get these cards out there, I'm not just holding onto equipment. I'm actually playing out creatures, which makes it a lot better. We're playing up against a mirror match, which is, a little bit terrifying. No blocks here. Pass the turn. Cloudsteel Kirin. We haven't found a land yet. Lion Sash could be good, but only once they actually have stuff on the battlefield. So we're going for Lizard Blades, probably just as a blocker at the moment. Pass the turn. We can trade off with any kind of double strike they got going on at the moment. because this will still just be a 1/1. If it dies, they get to put the counter onto the Lizard Blades, which is interesting. Actually, you know what? We just say no blocks right now. If they find a Michiko Reign of Truth, it'd be annoying, but right now they just left themselves open for quite a bit of damage to be coming through. So we're going to play this out. We're going to play out Maul of Skyclaves. Oh, man. Cloudsteel Kirin can be nice to get out, but Maul of Skyclaves onto the Lizard Blades. Ooh, that's so good. There we go. Let's hit in for, you know, just a little bit of damage. Down to 12. We're doing it better, my friend. We're doing it better. If we find land, we get Halvar on the battlefield, which also is just any creatures you control that are enchanted or equipped have double strike. I guess that doesn't actually help anything at the moment, but still it's just a 4/4. At the beginning of each combat, you may attach aura or equipment attach to a creature you control to target creature you don't control. Good stuff. Bolt Surge. We lose the guy. Maul Skyclave stays on the battlefield. Putting that onto this is still not a bad play. They have 4 points of damage. That does hurt. All right, Treasure Vault. This gets bigger whenever I put a permanent onto it, so it's not actually useful right now. The question is, do I want to put Maul on? And I am not winning the race necessarily. They're low on mana, which is good. I think we just get out bigger things they can't really deal with. And as soon as I equip that onto anything else later, next turn, we just get double strike for stuff, which is good. Pass the turn, down to 10. I could have put it onto there, play that out afterwards, but I'd rather just get the 4/4 out on the battlefield, have a little bit more protection in general. Also, just equip this onto Halvar. So at the beginning of combat, you may attach. So something that's already attached to an equipment or creature that we control. Okay. So I will have to actually pay to attach this here. Lion Sash is interesting. They just have a chump blocker at the moment. I want to get these Cloudsteel Kirins out if possible, just to have another blocker, another good thing on the battlefield. And I think we can just chump for a little bit here. Let's just go wide while they are only on 2 mana. We're setting up to where we are definitely winning on the next 2 turns, right? So down to 6, past the turn. We can chump block whatever we need to as long as they don't have trample. That could be bad. Getting Cloudsteel Kirin onto something could be fun here as well. Put it onto the Halvar, make it really difficult to deal with. So they might have removal. Without the land, I also have just Den of the Bugbear. I can just go wide here. How good is going wide? It's tapped and attacking. I don't think they can stop enough of the damage here, unless they sacrifice something to get damage through. I think I just go wide here. Just attack in with Den of the Bugbear, and then I have the +1 that I can get with Lion Sash. And so with that, I don't think they can stop us. So we get another 1/1. They block Halvar. The 3 damage from this is getting through. If it's a permanent, so we have to get the permanent. All right, just going wide is a good way to go too. And the nice thing too is if we're up against a control deck, we just start equipping everything onto it. There's a board wipe. All of our reconfigured creatures come back. I actually think this is pretty good. The biggest issue that I found with this deck, just as I built it, I know that there's issues with it. The biggest issue is that we don't have, we don't have as much removal as I'd like. We have Nahiri, which can destroy stuff equal to the number of equipment you have. And then we have Fireblade Charger, which can do some stuff as well. But okay, so we don't kill them here, but we get rid of all that they had on the board. They go down to 1, and we're set up very well. 3 mana. So they did finally find the plains. Sorry. Dude. Okay, are they gonna come back here? I don't like it. I don't like it. Reinforced Ronin. Okay, hits in. Down to 7. Yeah, so they finally found their planes. They finally found their mana. That's what they were kind of talking about there. All right, so we're gonna equip this onto you. Attack in. All right, they let us through. And we have the bow stability if we needed to for later. Good stuff. That worked out quite well. All right, beautiful deck here. The only issue I don't like about Rabbit Battery is it does take red to actually be able to equip it onto something. But we're still in good shape, so we're keeping this hand. The question is, no, we have double Rabbit Battery, so we get this out first. Down to 19, pass the turn. I can put onto Usher the Fallen, be able to have some protection around this as well. I'm wondering if I should be bringing in the Raiyuu. There's so many things in the 4-drop slot that I want to be playing with this deck. We're going to go Usher the Fallen. Do I play out just another one? We technically get more damage this way, so we do the more damage way. Down to 16, pass the turn. Finding a red source could actually be pretty nice as well. Any land would be really nice right now. The more red sources mean we can actually equip the rabbit batteries potentially onto things. All right, what you got, sir? 2 manas, paladin class, playing go wide stuff, or is it tokens? Michiko immediately. Yeah, give our guy a buff. Thank you. All right, red source, nice. All right, well, we go for this because that's, you know, awesome. Down to 10. All right, so is this just like a hollowed haunting type of hand or deck where they're just going for enchantment? They just happen to not have any of their creatures to play early on. Hopefully they don't have removal. We do have an indestructible guy, which is nice. Another land gives us a really good play here, giving us a flyer to go over the top with. Didn't get it. Bummer. Do I, yeah, let's just go Cloudsteel Kirin. We have a blocker to make sure that Risona stays alive for a turn. Swing in. What we want to avoid is them having the indestructible, or taking away the indestructible from this guy and then hitting in. But if they have board wipe at the moment, we got to keep it 3/3. We got to keep a 1/1. Life is pretty good. All right, land for Nahiri kills that. We have 1/2, so it'd be 4 damage that we have. Thundering Raiyuu. It's a fun card. Let's counter onto Michiko. No blocks. We need to keep our flyers definitely around. All right, so what does Nahiri give us now? We can get him down to 1 with Nahiri by killing this. I could also Cloudsteel Kirin, put the... Oh, yeah, that's the game. Okay. Yeah, so Cloudsteel Kirin, Rabbit Battery. Wait. Oh, wait. Attach. All right. I didn't realize there was options there. Okay, hit in for 7. Bam. There we go. All right, sweet. Yeah, that's where we want to play Cloudsteel Kirins. I like that it's a 3-mana 3/2 flyer. We don't actually get that often. Like this, it's a really good, powerful card. We just have a lot of other really expensive things, so I couldn't play too many of them, but good stuff. All right, pretty okay hand. Man, we keep having these 2 land hands. We actually have 24 lands in this deck because I have a bunch of 3-drops and 4-drops. So I figured I wanted to make sure I had those. And I feel like I'm drawing less lands than my decks that have like 20 lands in it. So, you know, stop that deck. Seriously, stop. What you doing to me? All right, so Selfless Samurai. Yep. Attack in for 1, down to 18, pass the turn. Going for more damage could be nice there. Having the protection is pretty beautiful, though. Be able to have it be life-linking could be even better. The question, though, the issue is that then we're going to have our creature that can protect itself to be the one that's equipped with everything, right? Because I definitely want to be able to get this on there. Yeah, we put onto the Selfless Samurai. It's a bit awkward. We still just hit in for the most damage we can. The reason why here is that next turn I can equip this onto it, and an attacking one will give us lifelink, which can at least be somewhat useful. Yeah, so if we attack with this alone, which can be a positive thing. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we protect Rabbit Battery at least now. Stays alive. Okay, Ingenious Smith. No treasure vault to find. Oh, man. Dude, our deck has so many artifacts and artifacts in it that it's really ridiculous not finding that. I'm actually curious how many we have. It's a number, and the number is not very small. Oh, wow. I mean, we definitely have the chance to dig 4 deep, and I had to be like, I've done that twice in this video, and I don't like it. Okay. We did have a decent number of artifacts in our hand, which I guess affects that somewhat. Den of the Bugbear comes in tapped. We equip you there. We attack in. Now if they have another board wipe, we at least have to keep the rabbit battery, right? And the no double white, so we can't actually equip Maul onto anything. Rude. You get to draw a card. Yeah, that's fine. Pass the turn. We're just trying to dodge the board wipes to at least keep some value on the board. Another land gives us Nahiri. Create a dude that has Maul equipped to it, and we can then attach Rabbit Battery onto it. So that gives us a 4/4 to be hitting in with right away. They get to gain some life at the beginning of every turn. Didn't hit their 5th land. That's a very big deal. Very, very big, kind of minuscule deal. All right, we found the land. Yeah, making the dudes could be nice and step after a board wipe. But I think we can find ways to dodge around that anyway. So, okay, let's go ahead and play out Nahiri. Let's tick up. Put Maul onto it. Put you there. Put her there. Hit for 7. Down to 8 past the turn. Den of the Bugbear gives us lethal next turn. Board wipe would be annoying, but we can still kind of dodge around it. Okay. All right, so we get to keep 2, 1, 2, 3. So we go to 6. Let's see here. Yeah, okay, opponent scoops it up. Finding the land there was actually beautiful. We were just kind of set up to kind of keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like we just keep making stuff. They're a deck built around board wipes, and our stuff is built around being able to be okay with board wipes happening. Having Den was also awesome. So yeah, good game, sir. Pretty fantastic stuff there. Up against Sandy Shikari. I would like to have 1 drops, but this is still a pretty good hand. We have our mana, which is the first time actually having all of our lands. Being on the play would be beautiful with this hand. Play out Mountain, pass the turn. Getting Lizard Blades out first, and then probably just Akiri. Aye, alright. We're going a little slow for this matchup. This is not as great. Maul onto Lizard Blades, though. Good stuff. Spirited Companion. Having something to give Vigilance would be nice. I'm trying to think of what if I have any creatures that really do that. White, they have stuff cheaper. The life link is the thing that's annoying here. I could go for Akiri first. Get some card draw a little bit faster. Having Vigilance would be really nice. Having the blocker, I think, would be okay right now. So let's just say no attacks, pass the turn. Catilda. All right, so Nahiri is going to have to be the one that kills that, and we're pretty far away from being able to do that. That's a 6/6. It's massive, no blocks. Crap. Yeah, this is a bad matchup for us once we get to this kind of scenario. If I had played out the Maul, I would have been able to have enough damage to kill. I guess I wouldn't be able to kill Catilda there. So what do I do? Fireblade Charger. Putting the Maul here means that we could probably block with something and then snipe something else down. Catilda's still just going to hit for so much damage. It doesn't have trample. What the crap do we do? Having the double strike can maybe stop them, but they just go for the Michiko. So we put onto the Fireblade Charger here. We say no attacks, pass the turn. And we're just having to wait. We're hoping they slow down on stuff and we're able to kill Catilda with the Nahiri and then have the game be potentially slow enough to be okay a little bit, little bit. So we block here. We take the 6. So we get to kill Catilda. Oh, it wasn't double strike, but we do get to kill Catilda still. So kill Catilda. We can start blocking on the ground just fine. They get some other guys, but the flyer is at least gone until they put it onto something else, of course, right? Let's go. Oh, man, they get to just equip this onto anything, huh? So we have to have a flyer. Ah, okay, we're gonna force him to do it. We're gonna try this out. All right, so kill Naturalist, so it's at least a little bit harder, but I believe there's enough enchantments that they just equip onto it and we're dead. Pass the turn. We'll see. Make them do it still. Brings that back to the battlefield. It's a big old dude. They also have, if they have land, they have Cave of the Frost Dragon as well. We're dead in so many ways. Yeah, there's Catilda. Yeah, good game. All right, let's see here. So we're not straight up dead. That's something. Down to 1. We have the Maul to be able to give us a flyer blocker with a Nahiri. And their life total is so stinking high. But we do have this Cloudsteel Kirin as well. So this is actually what we do. We play out Cloudsteel Kirin. We tick up here with Nahiri, and we equip the Cloudsteel Kirin to it. That'll be a thing that works, I guess. I mean, they just gain so much life, but you know, at some point that'll be fine. We do lose the Nahiri this way because we're not actually trying to block, but we can just take all the damage in the world and life's okay. So let's see how this goes. We can't lose the game. Opponents can't win the game. How much removal do you have? That's the big question. I mean, guaranteed they have some removal, right? So they just go after the Nahiri. Yeah, so pass, no blocks. Oh man, all right. Another wedding announcement. Dang, they've had a hand and a half, you know? Wedding announcements. Yeah, it gets bigger. That's fine. So the other thing too is I can actually give it indestructible. Not that this will help a whole lot, but there's some other things we can do. All right, so Halvar is something we're gonna play, but let's go Ingenious Smith first. Lizard Blades. Not bad. Not having the mana to protect something is a little bit awkward. All their stuff is going to exile though, right? So it doesn't really help us at all. In case they have a wander, we hold back with this one. Keep drawing cards. That's right, down to 46, pass the turn. I mean, eventually, they're going to keep getting life, but we can just potentially keep building a bigger board. Ugh, man, all right, there's blockers for days. Here comes a really long game for you guys. You're welcome. Borrow time, that's the game. All right, yeah, good game. There it is. There it is. So they get rid of Cloudsteel Kirin or whatever they need to, and the game is over. So that was fun, though. We did get to make the combo kind of work there for a second. Awesome. All right, so there you guys have it with this deck. I was able to be on the draw 5 times, which is not normal for me. But I ended up cutting out one of the losses just because it was a brutal matchup where opponent just had 3 Cinderclasms in a row, and I kept rebuilding the board. It got Cinderclasm. Rebuild the board, Cinderclasm, and by that point I had 0 cards. They had an Ashmouth Dragon swinging in and doing stuff, and it was just like it was over already. It wasn't an interesting game, I felt like. But the other ones were all awesome. We got the Cloudsteel Kirin in there. But yeah, the deck overall, I mean, did really well. 80% on the play. We got 5 games in there, so we got a little bit of at least better information on how good that is. Beyond the play, this deck is busted. And that was the reason why I'm not playing as much removal with the deck. We were still 50% on the draw. We didn't get enough games to really give good information on that one. But the games that we lost, there was a lot of situations where we just didn't have good enough removal. Nahiri's like, oh, if I had played out another equipment, then maybe I can deal enough damage. Like we need to be able to do 4 to 5 damage to kill a lot of things in the format. It can occasionally come down and kill stuff with 2 toughness, which happens fairly often, which is good. We have Fireblade Charger for removal as well, and then we have the Eiganjo or whatever. So maybe we remove. Actually, no. Probably what we do is remove a couple of lands and add in like Kabira. Kabira Takedown, maybe just like something like that. We can throw in those kinds of hands, which wouldn't be awful. Maybe even Shatterskull Smashing actually would be really good. Some other things like that, which could be at least a decent play for us to have in the mana base. I totally forgot about Shatterskull Smashing. Shatterskull Smashing, I think, is an automatic include to the deck. So have 2 copies of those, and then probably 1 Kibera Takedown. Fix the mana base to work with that. I typically try to keep my mana base on Arena at an even number. I've noticed that as soon as I go to an odd number, I draw way less lands. I don't know why, but like the mana base just becomes awkward, and so I always try to keep the real lands that I have at an even number. So if you went for 2 Shatterskull Smashing and 1 Kibera, you'd actually go down to an odd number. And so maybe you added 1 more Kibera, or maybe go up 1 more Shatterskull, whatever it is, something like that to make it work. I don't think our life total matters as much in this matchup, in this deck, because we have we're fine dealing damage with Shatterskull Smashing for ourselves if we run into multiples of those. There might be a way to give lifelink to this deck as well, though. If we did find the way to give lifelink, we do have Selfless Samurai, which can give lifelink to if we attach him with one of our samurais and only one. Yeah, the deck was good. The biggest issue was how many like 2s we had versus just the consistent gameplay was part of it. Lion Sash I wasn't a big fan of in the deck. It really wasn't that great. I think there are some matchups where being able to exile graveyards is amazing. So you make this maybe a 1-of. And go up for more Michiko Reign of Truth. We never ran into it, I don't think, in any of the games here. But that's a busted card to be playing, even if you're just playing it out like on turn 2, even with one of our 1-drops, becomes really powerful. Like putting onto Rabbit Battery, hitting it for 3 right away, having this eventually flip around and be better is sweet as well. And then you can put Lizard Blades onto it, whatever, later on. So like there's multiple ways to make this work. Ingenious Smith was really weak for us as well, which was really frustrating. Maybe you go down Lion Slash, maybe go down to 1 Ingenious Smith and just play out maybe more Selfless Samurai for a bit more protection. Yeah, Halvar was feeling a little bit awkward, so maybe just a little bit better in the early game stuff. I liked Maul the Skyclaves. It was actually a big part of the reason I think we won most of the games was Maul. You just be able to have something flying. The times that we didn't have that, we had Cloudsteel Kirin to be a flyer, to be able to attach Lizard Blades or something onto it as well, which was great. So the deck is fantastic. I think it's really powerful. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.